Hello everyone and welcome to this session. Today let us answer this important question. What is the right time to begin preparation for next upcoming CAT examination? But before I answer this question, I want to first and foremost explain to you the admission process, the tentative timeline of the admission process. So, the registration for CAT examination begins in August and continues till September. Then the CAT examination itself will happen on the last Sunday of November. SNAP exam takes place in December, and of course, CAT exam usually happens on the first Sunday of January. Majority of the management entrance exams in India, they happen in the window from November to January. There are few exceptions to this. There are a couple of exams which happen beyond January also, and there is an exam which takes place before November also. But broadly, majority of the entrance exams in India will take place in the window from November to January. The results of CAT usually will be out in December, whereas results of some of the other exams like SNAP, CAT, etc. would be released in January. And if you perform well, you will be invited for the second stage of selection process, wherein you will undergo group discussion in some business schools, WAT in some business schools, and of course personal interviews in almost all business schools. That would take place in February, March and April months. The final list of selected candidates will be out in the month of April or May, and your MBA classes begin in June, July onwards. So this is the tentative timeline of the entire process. Now, having understood the process timeline, now let's go back to the question. What is the right time to begin your preparation for next CAT exam? See, I have been a teacher for more than 2 decades. On the basis of my experience, what I have noticed is, if you can start your preparation little early by joining a long-term batch for CAT exam preparation, this would be the ideal way of preparing for CAT exam. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not claiming that you can't do it in any other way, but this will make life much more easier. So, what are the advantages of joining a long-term batch for CAT preparation? Let's answer that. To begin with, the first advantage I want to highlight is you will get an early bird advantage. Before anybody else has started or before major chunk of students began their preparation for CAT, if you begin your preparation, you have an advantage over them. That means you end up preparing for a longer duration than compared to most of your competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge advantage because the CAT syllabus is humongous, right? The amount of areas, the amount of topics that you need to prepare is huge. So if you begin early, that gives you a huge leverage over everybody else. The second advantage, you get more time to work on your weaknesses. Remember, IIMs, except IIM Rohtak, rest of the IIMs, they have a provision of sectional cutoffs. It means you are expected to do well in every section of CAT. If you do exceedingly well in couple of sections and you perform not up to the mark in the third section, then ladies and gentlemen, 20 out of 21 IIMs in India will not call you for interviews. It's not just IIMs, even colleges like SPJIMR, Mumbai for example, or let us say a college like Xavier University, Bhubaneswar for example, MDI, Gurgaon for example, some of the IITs for instance, they do have provision of sectional cutoffs. So a good number of premier colleges will not invite you for interviews if you fail to cross the sectional cutoffs. That's the reason, friends. Everybody needs to work on their weaker areas. Everybody needs to work so hard that your weaker area ends up becoming an area of comfort. But that takes time. That is where the long-term preparation for CAT exam will help you out. Begin early for next CAT exam, because when you do that, you have ample amount of time to figure out what are your weaker areas, and you will be able to work on them consistently, and finally there would come a day when that would no longer be your weaker area. But that needs a lot of focus, and that happens in long-term preparation. Now, the next advantage is very interesting, especially for those who are either in final year of their graduation program or who are working alongside. So if you are a working class person who is watching this video, or you are a college going student, then let me tell you, if you begin early for CAT, it will be much more easier for you to do multitasking. You will be able to go to college, take care of your college exam preparation, take care of the projects, internships, assignments, etc. If you are a working class professional, then you will be able to manage your job more easily, because obviously when you are a working class professional, you will have targets to meet in office. Sometimes you will have long hours in office. Sometimes there will be urgent deadlines to meet. So considering all those pressures that come along with multitasking, if you begin early, if you join long-term preparation, the advantage for you is, because you are preparing for a very long duration, it will be much more easier for you to put some things for future, and you can take them up in future if there is some kind of urgent deadline in office or in college. Because you have got time to spare, you will be able to manage it much more comfortably, because long-term preparation, that when people do it, they don't have to spend huge number of hours. So when I say less number of hours per day, what I'm trying to tell you is, because the duration of your preparation is much longer, the number of days that you spend every day, the required number of hours that you need to spend every day will obviously come down. It's just like a game of cricket, right? If you have got more number of overs to reach the target number of runs, then run rate required per over will come down. Same thing happens with regard to your CAT preparation. So begin early if you want to spend less number of hours every day preparing for the examination. Last but definitely not the least, we should always buffer. We should always keep in mind that some unforeseen circumstances, there are some unforeseen challenges will come our way. So I have seen sometimes some students, they fall sick, for example. They may be down with typhoid for 15 days, 20 days, sometimes a month. God forbid, somebody ends up in an accident. It takes a little bit of time to recover from it. So when you are a long-term student, the advantage for you is, these kind of situations, when they come about, they will not destroy your chances of cracking CAT exam. Because you are preparing for longer duration, you can afford to take a break of few weeks so that you can focus on these unforeseen circumstances, take up these challenges, handle these situations, and then you will be back to preparing for CAT exam. If you are preparing for shorter duration, then these kind of unforeseen circumstances can completely destroy your chances. So these are some of the advantages why I as a teacher would recommend you to begin early with regard to your preparation for CAT exam. But having said that, let me make it clear. I'm not trying to say that you cannot crack CAT exam with 3 months, 4 months, 5 months preparation. I'm not trying to say that. You can do that also. There have been students who have done that. But these advantages will come your way when you begin a little early towards your preparation for this all-important entrance exam. So friends, I hope this video helped you in taking a call on it. If you like this video, do hit the like button. Do share it with your friends also who may be aspiring to write CAT examination. And do subscribe to our channel, because we regularly upload this kind of content on this channel. Thank you everyone for watching this video.